warm welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the senior taster of Whisky.com. And today we have a new Johnnie Walker here in my cask. It's called the Johnnie Walker Black Ruby. It's 40% ABV and is priced at €29.90 here in Central Europe. And the price may differ a little bit on Whisky.com, wherever you live and you're able to order this bottle. This is part of the Black Label bottlings of Johnnie Walker. And the Black Label is typically, I think, still a 12-year-old. I had some double black, something which hadn't had an age statement on it. And this one as well has no age statement on it. And this is a very, very new bottling with a new, environmental thoughts about whiskey bottlings, because this one is lighter. This bottle is not as heavy as the bottles are, sometimes with a thick glass bottom and heavy metal, so that you have a heavy present to give. No, this one is lighter, and this helps to use less glass. You need less fuel to transport this whiskey. And, well, it's from the engineering perspective, I'm an engineer, you need less resources to bring this whiskey to the final customer, to you. So the specialty about the Black Label from Johnnie Walker is that it is a whiskey which has a decent amount of sherry cask matured whiskey in it. And it's a blended whiskey, of course, with a portion of grain whiskey, and the more expensive the Johnnie Walker whiskies become, the more malt whiskey is in them. And with a Johnnie Walker Black, I heard something about 35%. This is decades ago. And the red one has just, say, 15% malt whiskey in it, and the blue goes up to 80%. Yeah, and this one has not only Oloroso sherry cask with it, but as well Pedro Ximénez sherry casks, which is a sherry which isn't completely fermented, so that there's a residual sugar content in it. So the Pedro Ximénez sherry is slightly sweet, not lightly, it's sweet. And the Oloroso sherry is fruity, and the mixture of Pedro Ximénez and Oloroso gives a very interesting aroma. And again, this ruby is red, means red, and this comes from red wine casks, which are used by the new or relatively new Roseisle distillery, a very new one, where the whiskey was part of the whiskey was matured in. So this is a mixture from red wine casks, Oloroso sherry casks, and Pedro Ximénez casks, and as well refill casks and ex-bourbon casks. So it's a potpourri of casks, and the good is, if you're an experienced blender, as Johnnie Walker is, you get a very artisanal whiskey out of that. This is a cheap whiskey, $29.90, and so it does not have a cork, but a screw cap, and this avoids any taste of cork, of course. Yeah. So here we go. Yeah, red wine. Smell a very faint, distant smokiness, not much, 3-5 ppm, not more, just a hint of smoke. And then darker fruits from the sherry casks, of course. Yeah, cheers. More intense as I thought. A decent oakiness, spiciness is in it, and juiciness, fruitiness, red wine, and a little cooling effect, probably sherries. Not sherry from the cask, sherries from the tree. Maraschino sherries, probably, and figs and plums in the back. So this is for $29.90. That's a wonderful whiskey. And the grain part of it, the industrial whiskey with which whiskey is then filled up, is not too high. I would say not more than 50, but I'm able that I'm wrong. So I would say somewhere between a third and a half of the whiskey is from malt whiskey. Yeah. Really, not so bad. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching.